United States Soccer Federation licensed coach and professional player. And today, I'm here to teach you the skills of soccer. And along with me is America's leading goalkeeper coach and the director of #1 goalkeeping camps, Joe Macknick. Joe?
Here. Tommy, it's great to be here on behalf of Tossback. A little bit later in this video, we'll be spending time with the skills of goalkeeping. We all know that the goalkeeper is soccer's most important player. But let's start this video off with the important skills that every field player is required to have. Tommy?
The first topic we're going to talk about is receiving. And the most important touch of the game is a player's first touch. So every player, no matter what position we play, has to be capable to bring the ball under control from any position it comes in any match-related situation. The only way he can do this is through repetition with the ball, by being able to bring the ball under control, either on the ground or out of the air. And today we're going to... The different parts of the feet we use, to start out with, we're going to use the inside of our feet, right in here. We're going to have our toe up, ankle locked. We want to have our arms out for two reasons. Balance is one, but protection is the other. Because whenever we're bringing the ball into our body, more than likely we're going to have a defender trying to win the ball from us. So you want to have your arms out for body and balance and protection. Body over the ball. Want to come in, go and meet the ball, and then bring it in and have it move into the next place. Never stop the ball. Because if we stop the ball, we stop the game. Soccer is a game of moving. So as the ball comes back to us here, rather than stop the ball, where a defender reads you're here and he's on his way here, as the ball comes in, we take it and we move with the ball into open space. So we're always a step away ahead of the defender as it comes in here and move into open space. Or the same thing with the left foot. Again, toe up, ankle lock, go meet the ball, give, and push it to the next place. That's the difference between receiving and trapping. So you just want to have come meet it, give with it, and move with it. As it comes in, here, go and meet it, come and move with it. And we can do the same thing with the outside of our feet. And the only difference is, rather than have our toe up, now we're going to have our toe down and across, ankle locked across, and we're going to give with the ball in that manner. So as it comes in here, and we just move with it, using the outside of our feet. Again, our body's over the ball, and we just change direction. As the ball comes in, we go and meet it, and then we move with it from side to side, here and outside of the foot. Now, another part of our feet we can use for receiving ground balls is the soles of our feet, the bottom here. And players tend to stop the ball again. And again, we want to keep in mind the fact that we have to keep the ball moving because we have to stay ahead of the defense. So as the ball comes in here, and just move it to one side. Or again, here and the other side. Or as it comes in, we can receive and turn. Okay, an important part of a player's game is receiving and turning. So here, and this is how we do this with this part of our foot. We have our toe up, ankle locked. We want to use the bottom here. As we receive it, we move with it. Always receive and move. And these are the different parts that we use to receive the ball on the ground. Now receiving air balls out of... Now remember, the basic points are receiving balls out of the air with our feet, arms out for balance, body over the ball. It's essential that we time each ball with superior concentration, and we also want to use the center of whatever part of the foot we're using on the center of the ball. Now, to move along to our next phase of receiving, we will now receive with the thigh. And when we receive a ball with our thigh, again, we're going to go and meet the ball. As it strikes our thigh, we're going to give with it. And our thigh, we're going to use the middle of our quad here. We're not going to use our knee because when we use our knee, it's hard and round and will bounce away and fall away from us rather than stay close to us. So you want to use the muscle part of your leg. You want to reach up, get arms out for balance and protection, eye on the center of the ball. As the ball comes in, we cushion the ball to the ground, and then as it leaves our thigh and comes down to the ground, we reflect back on receiving with our feet. So as it comes through here, thigh, and now we move one way or another way. Again, once we've received it with our thigh and it comes below that area, now we have to start moving the ball into a direction so we're in a situation tactically in a match that we can use. Again, go to the ball here, receive with the thigh. We have to go and meet it and give. Eye on the ball, up, give. Now, often in a real match, we're going to have to receive balls even above our thigh level, up in the area of upper body, the chest. There's a few different ways to receive the ball out of the air with our chest. To start with, and the most common way, is again, same principles. We're going to use the large area of our chest, the center of our chest. We're going to pull our chin in, so our chin's not in our way. Often we have the young players that have their chin out and it bounces off their chin and then they're shying away from the ball, from it hitting their body. What we want to do is have the player stick out their chest as the ball's coming in. Eye on the center of the ball. Again, center of the part of the body, the chest. As the ball comes in, arms away from the ball, out. So as it comes in, they're out, like this, here, out. For two reasons. One is balance. The second is protection. And even when we're receiving with our chest, we want to have the ball, our hand away from the ball so the ball doesn't bounce off and cause us to have an accidental handball. So arms out. Okay, ball comes in, off the chest, and give. If you notice, my body's arched back. All right, so I'm going to arch here. My one leg is behind, so we want to get the players to drop a leg back so they can arch, and they can make their back arch back like this. So it comes here, like this, here. And eye on the center of the ball, almost so they can balance it as it comes in. And this might be the first exercise to get them used to that, because that's a little awkward in the beginning. So it's here. Bring it down. Here, get it down. And now with the toss back, we can throw the ball and again move with it right away. Again move with it. Everything remains the same. The principles are the same. Here and give with it. As it comes in, center and move with it. And we can move from side to side using the left foot. We may have to jump in the air to receive the ball with our chest. We may have to jump in the air to receive the ball with our chest. We're in a position where we have to go high, but we want to receive the ball. And now, same thing, and up, and receive. And as the ball comes, up, and receive. And as it comes, up, and receive. And as it comes here, up, and receive. Arching back, foot behind, and arch and give. Often you'll be in a position where the ball is waist high, perhaps in front of your goal, and you don't have time, okay, to receive the ball, let it come, and fall to the ground. You want to put the ball at your feet as quick as possible to gain an advantage for your team, perhaps in the penalty area. The ball comes in, I'm in the penalty area, the ball comes in. Even though this is a perfect chest trap, by the time I receive it and bring it to the ground, there's a defender on me. Rather than using that type of trap or using that type of receiving with your chest, what you want to use is, instead of arching back like this, we're going to step the foot back, body over it, and push the ball as it comes in against center body, and just drop it to the ground so it's at our feet. So as the ball comes in, arch back and hit down, and it will look like. So it's right to the ground. We collapse our chest in, and it's straight to the ground. So we go right to the ground with it. here, and then we're down. As the ball comes in, we step down and put it right to the ground so we can get to our shot or move quickly when we're under pressure. Notice how my foot steps back here and I give down with it. As the ball comes here and give down. As it comes in, give down. Again, I use the word give because it's such an important word in receiving no matter what part. Eye on the ball, tuck the chin in again, down, and right away we can shoot. Keep in mind about heading, one thing is, normally the reason why we head is because the ball is too high for us to reach with any other part of our body. So this means that not only will we have to get it with our head, but more often than not, we're going to have to get off the ground to head the ball. And the place that we want to head the ball is at our highest point, the highest point of your individual jump. And a big problem with a lot of our youth players is that they can't get off the ground, or they fight with themselves with their technique in jumping. So we're going to quickly go over that and just have a quick word about that. To start with, no matter what, if I was going to jump for a rebound, a basketball, or jump for a high pop, whatever it is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. I'm going to bend my legs, I'm going to use my quads to get me up in the air, and then I'm going to throw my arms up in the air to get me up here. Well, what happens is we're all the way up in the air. We want to head the ball at our highest point, and what happens? The young players put their arms down. Well, if you want to hold yourself in the air at the highest point and head it, and you throw your arms down, you're trying to go up, but you're throwing your arms down. So your body momentum is fighting amongst itself. I'm going up and I'm throwing my arms down. That's not correct. You want to use your arms to get up in the air, up, and hold. You also at that time not only have better body balance while you're in the air, but you're protecting yourself by holding off other players. Normally when you're jumping for a ball, there's an opponent jumping for a ball. So the first thing we want to do is step, jump, and get our arms up. Step, jump, because our arms help us elevate and get off the ground. Now once we're up in the air, we want to, again, like we do on the ground, arch back at our waist. Arch back, because this is where we get power from in heading. From arching back at our waist and snapping into the ball. So it looks like, almost like a bow and arrow. We're here, up, and we bend back and snap into the ball. And we're striking the ball as high as we can jump after we arch back and come forward. Once we strike the ball, you follow through. So it's, and then you follow through. We arch through. So again, we'll go to the toss back. Now I'll serve some to myself to start with, and then I'll head it back. So and all you're going to do is get the technique down, jump and head. And throw, jump, head. Catch. Nice and easy. This is for technique now. Throw and arch and head. Arch and head. Now we'll begin our segment on passing. Passing is perhaps the most important skill of the game because it makes soccer a team game. Most of the skills that you'll work on as an individual make you a better player. But certainly the one skill that makes you a better team player is the ability to pass the ball. And we're going to start out with some of the basic ways. First of all, a lot of people are amazed that we use different parts of our feet rather than our toe. And the reason why we usually use the inside of our feet in here, this area, because it's such a big area. If I'm going to kick the ball with my toe, you see how small my toe is, so I have to be so precise as I hit the ball. Plus, actually becomes painful when you kick the ball with your toes. So we try to use this area, the inside of our feet, so it's a bigger area and we have less room for mistakes, more room for accuracy. Some of the key points are our non-kicking foot has to be placed alongside the ball with the toe pointed to the target. So if I was going to pass to a player's feet, I would point that non-kicking foot to the player's feet. If I wanted to pass it to the space in front of a player for the player to run onto, I would then point my non-kicking foot there. Knee of the non-kicking foot bent, body over the ball, knee for flexibility, body to help us keep the ball on the ground, because a good pass, more often than not, is on the ground. Arms out, again for balance and protection, like all of our skills. Now we're going to draw our leg back, but we're going to pick up our toe and lock it. Our ankles lock, toe up towards the shin. The reason being that when I strike this ball with the inside of my foot with my toe up, I create a situation where my entire foot, the inside of my foot surface is on the ball. Whereas if I lock it down and go across, often I can scoop underneath the ball and the ball will raise. We don't want to pass the ball up in the air. We want to keep the ball down, so we'll step non-kicking foot alongside the ball, knee bent, body over, arms out, ankle locked, toe up. We bring our foot back, strike the middle of the ball, and follow through. Once we strike the ball, we want to follow through. Now, using the toss back, because here's a situation where you're by yourself, but yet you want to work on that team skill, but we don't have anyone with us, so we can always use the toss back. It's been designed for soccer players to work on their inside of the foot passing and other types of passing skills when they're by themselves. And we can do it by, and then we receive, knock, receive, same thing with the left foot. It's just as important for a soccer player to be able to kick with both feet as it is for a basketball player to be able to shoot or pass with one. Or we can play the ball one touch off the board, left foot and right, ankles locked, body over the ball. Now, a key point is that when we are striking the ball, where do we look? Players always want to, should I look at the goal, do I look at the player? First, you look at your player. You see where he is, you take a picture, a mental picture, and you place it in your mind. Once I have the picture, if I have a player here on 10 yards away running into the space and I want to play it there, I look up, picture, I go down to the ball, I take that picture while I'm looking at the ball. Okay? Now, so I go here, picture it down, and look at the ball. Now I strike the part of the ball, the center of the ball, but exactly almost like a pool ball. If I wanted to angle it there, then I'll plant this foot next to it here and strike it in the middle and go there. So here, boom. Okay? So eye on the ball. And body over it, and follow through, ankle locked, and left and right. Maybe some lefts. Maybe some rights. Notice how my body's bent and over the ball. The other part of our feet that we use to pass the ball is the outside of the feet. Right here. Again, a big surface. But we don't turn our body. One of the big problems with youth players, they turn their body and they pass like this to the outside. Incorrect. We still have our waist facing forward, non-kicking foot alongside the ball. Knee bent, body over. Now, the only change in our technique is that we lock our ankle straight across like this. And when we swing, we still just straighten the knee through and through. So it looks like that. Boom. Here. Boom. All right, and here, plant foot, ankle, boom, straight through. So here, foot, there, straight through. And it looks like this. But my hips are still faced forward. Now, the next part of our feet we're going to work with for passing is our shoelaces, right here. Right here on the shoelaces. Now, instead of locking our ankle up or out across, now we're going to point our toes straight down, have our knee over the ball. Because now, this pass we use more often than not for long distance, for passes over a greater distance, rather than a 10 or 15-yard ball. But the passes, the 40 to 50-yard passes that we use, and we're going to strike. Everything's the same, non-kicking foot, knee bent, body over, arms out. Now we're going to strike through, knee over the ball. We put our knee over the ball so that the ball will stay down on the ground. The reason our knee is over, it will help us get our body over the ball so it will stay down on the ground. Striking with your instep is that when we lock our ankle down, you want to try to curl your toe into your shoes up against the bottom of your shoe like that. So when you strike it, you know your ankle's locked. All right, so you want to try to curl your shoe and lock it so it's locked. And again, this is a pass that's used for long distance. Like a game-like situation where we take and we set up and organize our toss back in different positions on the field strategically so we can work on particular kicks. Because the only way you can become a better shooter is by shooting, shooting, shooting. Not just with your right foot, but with your left foot. What you want to do is organize and set up your toss back, which is a great tool when you're by yourself. These are types of shooting that you can only work on either when you're with someone else or when you're by yourself and you have a toss back. To start, the most important skill in the game, and certainly the skill that players love the most, and that's putting the ball in the net. It's the thing that makes you win or lose games. Perhaps the hardest thing, not just in soccer, but one of the hardest things to do in all sports is to score goals, especially at a high level. And the technical breakdown of it is very, very similar to the breakdown in passing, with some slight differences that we'll go over now. First of all, the non-kicking foot, again, alongside the ball. Okay? Toe pointed to the target, knee bent, body over the ball, arms out for balance and protection. And now it's even more important for shooting to keep your body over the ball, because the tendency for players is to lean back because they're swinging so hard and then the ball goes over the crossbar. Let's keep in mind that our crossbar is only 8 feet high and that we have to score goals. And so often I see a young player run up to a ball and crack it in over the crossbar, and I hear his teammates going, yeah, good ball. Nonsense. The most important thing for a shot is that it goes on goal, because anytime it's on goal, it has a chance to go in. Those ones that go over can never go in. So let's keep the ball on goal. Accuracy is something that we're striving here for. So now we have our body over the ball, arms out for balance and protection, and more often than not, players are right. You're going to need power to beat the goalkeeper, because not only are we shooting at a target, but there's a guy in there, he has his gloves on, like Dr. Macknick will show in a little while, and he's the only player in the field who's allowed to go for it with his hands, and his job is to stop the ball from going in the net. And now we have to beat him, so more often than not, we need power, so we're going to go to our instep kick right here. The shoelaces again. Just like we use for long distance passing, now we're going to use more often than not for shooting. So ankle locked, knee over the ball, and then where we get our power from are 3 places. 3 places, main places where we get our power from. First one is how we cock our leg back. So in this situation, if I cock my leg back here, ankle locked, but first point of power, leg back. Second point, we snap the knee here, okay? And the third point, and the point that players most often in this country forget, is the follow through must be correct. And it's not just step up to the ball and swing. This isn't enough, because here I come at the ball with 175 pounds of force. I swing and stop. So all my momentum goes, we want to take it one step further, and we want to have the ball and our body follow right through the center of the ball and then land on the kicking foot, so it looks like this here. As we swing through the ball, land on the kicking foot. And watch the position of my body when I land on the kicking foot, because it's here. And now look how my body's over and down. It's impossible for me to lean back because my body's down. And we want to have our body down to keep the ball low. So here is swing through and land. That's the most common, okay, but most important ways, as well as one of the most difficult ways to score goals is with a player with his back to the goal. Because more often than not, you're in a situation where you're in the box, there's a defender on you, you get a ball played in, but now you have to score goals. Many important goals are scored like this. And by setting up our toss back by ourselves here, we can use this situation to help us learn to score goals. Starting with ground balls, where they get played into us on our feet, where we knock it in, and now we just turn quickly and we shoot. Right foot or left foot here, or we can just play them in and follow them in. Here, follow to goal and finish, left and right. Or we can push them, let them roll through the legs and finish. These are many different ways we can do, and let's show how we can use it in actuality. The final stage, where the ball's coming to us in the air, our back to the goal, we sometimes have a chance and an opportunity to receive it and turn with it and shoot. Sometimes we have to hit it right out of the air with left foot, with right foot, with spectacular bicycle kicks. And we're going to go through some of these things right now. These are all things you can do by yourself. You can take your toss back out to the field and work on your own by just serving the ball yourself and here and turn and shoot. That was terrible. By taking it out to the field and here, chest, turn, shoot. We can use it for full volley. We can use it for half volley, side volleys, any way. And this is one of the most important things for a player to learn, to score from any angle at any time and be dangerous. And now for the most unique skill in our game of soccer, and that's heading. And in any game or sport that we play, we have to use our heads because we have to think. We have to make decisions. Is it time to pass? Should I shoot? Is it time to bunt? But in soccer, we not only use our heads to think, we use our heads as a weapon. We use it to score goals. We use it to keep the ball away from our goal. We use it to make soccer a team game by passing with our head. There's a few basic things we want to remember about heading. First, the part of our head we use to head the ball. It's right here at your forehead. Below your hairline and above your eyebrows, your forehead. You want to have your eyes open so that you see the ball at all times. We close your eyes, you can miss the ball, or it can hit you in the face and you can get hurt. But if you have your eyes open, you can guide it right into your forehead. As the ball comes in, you can guide your forehead right into it. The next thing is you want to have your mouth closed, because often the young players, they open their mouth, their tongues out, and the actual contact of the ball against your head closes your mouth, and we can bite our tongue. So you want to keep your mouth closed, and then you don't want to let the ball hit you. You want to strike the ball. So we want to bend back at our waist, and we want to go in and meet the ball. One thing is that actually taking any object and smashing with our head is very unnatural. So the first thing we want to do is get used to using that part of our body by striking the ball with our forehead. And we pull it in and we firmly hit against our forehead. We can't use the top of our head because we can't see. So you want to use your forehead. And once we get used to that, the ball's still in our hands and we're striking the ball. If you notice me arching my back and pulling it in, okay, we're going to strike it. Now the next phase would be we are going to pull it through our hands and head it out of our hands. And again, you're by yourself, but whenever you toss backs around, you always have a friend. So in this situation, I'm going to pull it back and catch. So I bend back and I pull. And all I'm doing, again, the ball has not left my hands yet before I headed it. So there, and I just pull it in. And all we're doing here is getting used to the ball striking the correct part of our head, and we're following right through. And once we do that, now we want to get used to having the ball not in our hands, but a free ball, and striking that. So we start by arching back, and now we're going to head it up, almost like head juggling. So we get used to it not being part of us. We don't have it in our hands. Arms out for balance, protection, certainly because when we jump up the head, there will be other players around. Timing is a key word in heading. And now we're going to throw it up and just head it off the toss back and use the toss back as a target. Good service, and it comes right back. Now the next thing would be we're going to serve it from the toss back and head it in. Serve it from the toss back and head it in. Serve, head. And all we're doing here is getting used to now judging a ball that's coming to us in the air like it would in a match, and we're getting behind it. And if you notice, I'm arching back. This is where I get my power. So the ball comes in. Now we'll take it another step further, and we'll try to return or play a passing game with the toss back from our head. Just like that. Here, serve. And of course, depending on how tall you are, how short you are, how high you want the ball, how far away you want, we can always just easily adjust the toss back by taking it and just getting behind it, and can't do it. That was a nightmare because I pulled my string right in front of it. Anyway, okay, and here, and now the next thing we have to know about heading the ball is we have to know the three different zones of the ball. One is the top of the ball, and when I head the top of the ball, we want to head it down. And always heading to goal, an offensive player that's trying to score goals wants to head the ball on top of the ball, the top portion of the ball, top third of the ball, so he'll head it and it will go down. So that's one part of the ball we want to keep our mind on. The other part is if we want to head it directly across, we want to strike the ball in the center of the ball with our forehead here. Rather than on top, we want to head it straight through the ball. And of course, when we want to clear the ball, a defender clearing the ball or passing the ball over a defender would be underneath the ball here, the bottom, so we clear high and wide. And those are the three parts. And we get used to them by serving to ourselves perhaps off the toss back, and we'll say straight across, or maybe we'll try to head it down now. So when it comes, I head down, and we get it back, serve, and head down. So we learn the three parts. One is down, so we try to head it right off the toss back board, okay? Or we head it straight across, where it's a little higher, okay? So we throw and head straight across, or throw and head down, another level technically. And it would be nice if we could always head the ball that was coming straight at us, straight back in the direction that it was coming from, but that's not always the case. In a match, especially at a higher level, players are going to have to be able to change direction of the ball. And that's going to take much more concentration. It's going to take a higher technical level as far as concentration and spending time with heading and doing it and again and repetition. But the actual changing direction of a ball, for example, a ball that's crossed in from a wing and a player comes and he wants to turn and head the ball to goal, let's go through the mechanics of turning a ball in the air. So as the ball comes to us, the first thing we want to do is if I'm going to head a ball that's coming from this direction, I want to head it to goal here. I want to take my near shoulder to the goal and turn that shoulder in. Far shoulder points to the goal. So I'm not going to try to flick the ball on with my head, side of my head. I'm still going to use my forehead right here, middle of my forehead, and as the ball comes in, what I'll do is I'll turn this shoulder towards the goal so it looks like this. And that's how I'll strike. I'll turn my waist, my shoulders, and more likely than not we'll be in the air. We'll turn our whole body. It will look like this without the ball. Here, up, boom. And we strike it again at the highest point, but we have to turn. You have to throw this shoulder towards the goal, and boom, we head to goal. But again, if we don't twist at our waist, don't throw the shoulder, eye on the ball, now it's going to take some superior timing. As the ball comes across, we're going to have to watch, eye on the ball, turn, and head. We can't just, more often than not, you don't want to try to flick. You want to be able to get up and turn it across. Occasionally, if a ball's coming, you're under pressure, you can just flick it on. But more often than not, you want to actually get up and turn the ball in. And that looks like this. And when it is possible, we always want to, when we're heading to goal, head down. Because a ball headed to goal high is a much easier ball for a goalkeeper to save because his or her hands are up here and they can reach for the ball. But when you head it down, the goalkeeper has to go down to the ground. So we want to try to head it down because it's a much harder ball, and we can never head it over if we're heading down. So we always head down. We won't miss our target. We can do it from a running position where we're running across to it, or we can do it as we run and jump and turn and head. There's a diving header. Notice the same fashion of cushioning himself with both arms and taking a little bit of the pressure with the upper body and then spreading the pressure out through the rest of the body. So here's the proper throw-in and the diving header. Notice how he dives into the ball. This gives him power, and the angle of his forehead is going to give the accuracy. There's the some of the basics that you have to keep in mind. Part of the head we use, the forehead. Keep your eyes open, mouth closed while you're making contact. Remember to arch back, arms out, balance, protection. They also help us get off the ground when we're jumping the head. Always remember to arch your back because this is where we get our power from. And after we strike the ball, you want to follow through. Always follow through, just like we follow through with our kicks, our passes, whatever it is, we also follow through with our head. And now you've seen some of the more important skills that a soccer player can use in actual game situations. And if you want to be the best player you can be, the real answer is hard work and practice and a lot of repetitions of each one of those individual skills for you to become the best player you can be. And right now we're going to go from the field player skills over to Dr. Joseph Macnick and some fine goalkeeping instruction.
This group of exercises are designed to increase the goalkeeper's reflex action. The goalkeeper starts a comfortable distance away from the tossback. The coach serves from behind, making sure to vary the position of the serve and the timing of the serve so that the goalkeeper does not expect it or anticipate it. The proper catching techniques must be used in all instances. Ready, Joe? Feet closer together. Good reactions. Good. Good reach. Try to get two hands to the ball and not only one. Okay, a bad bounce off the machine is also a good reflex. Another ball, please. There you go. Serve it back to me, Joe. Look at where I am. There you go. Move your feet as well. Hup. Okay, now we got it. Hup. Hup. Uh-huh. Two hands. Quick hands. And as the goalkeeper gets better and improves his timing, the coach can always force him closer to the tossback. He gets too close, and he knows he has to train at that level. That also helps the coach's reflexes. Ready? And last one. Hup. And stop. Good. Have your hands that's in a ready position. Good. 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 In order to improve the demand for the goalkeeper to have quick hand speed in his reaction to the ball, the next exercise similarly done, but the goalkeeper starts with his hands folded tightly behind his back. He keeps his hands folded in that fashion until the ball passes over his shoulder and then reacts to catch the ball. Okay, face the machine. Ready? Hop. Good. Hop. Good. Good. Get closer to the machine. Test yourself. Well done. Okay. There's a go. Good hands. And good gloves. Good. Good. All right. Good. Hold on to it. Well done. And pick. Good. In this exercise, the goalkeeper, with his back to the toss back, jumps and turns in the air, making sure that when he lands, his shoulders are square to the machine, and uses his hands to catch the ball that he's picking up at the last possible second. When the ball is served over the goalkeeper's left shoulder, he should jump left. Over the right shoulder, he should jump right. Ready? Try to jump square. Good. Get closer to the machine as you build up your competency level. The goalkeeper can build up his resistance to the ground and his ability to absorb the shock of landing on the ground by playing catch with the toss-back machine, catching the ball to his left and to his right, and rolling with the catch. And then you got the kids doing it. Okay. And now from a kneeling position, the goalkeeper has raised himself to a higher elevation. When catching a ball at a higher elevation, two important safety tips have to be remembered. The goalkeeper should never catch a ball from a height and bring it in at his stomach and then land on top of the ball. This is how many goalkeepers have become injured. An additional thing that the goalkeeper should not do from a height is to catch the ball, bring it in, and land fully on his shoulders. A broken shoulder bone, a broken collarbone, separated shoulder can be the result. The goalkeeper needs to learn to use the ball to break the fall. When catching the ball at a respectable height with the elbows in front, so as to be careful not to put the elbow into the side, but with the rotation of the shoulder and the elbow in front, the goalkeeper places the ball on the floor and lowers himself gently behind the ball, then bringing the ball in to protect the ball. The toss-back machine is a good way to test the goalkeeper's ability to perform this correctly by serving from a kneeling position and catching using the ball to break the fall. And then go to the kid. After performance from a sitting position, raising the height to a kneeling position, then now the goalkeeper practices from a squatting position, going to left and his right, using the ball to break his fall from yet the still higher height. Good. Now from the standing position, the goalkeeper practices falling from this height using the ball to break his fall. Notice the collapsing of the body and that we're not slamming the body into the ground. Goalkeepers must rely on experience in order to be successful, but if they injure themselves in practice, there's very little experience that can be attained. So protect yourself in practice and form your technique correctly. When diving to save a low ball, it's very important that the goalkeeper does not dive up to go down, but he must take a direct route to the ball. The first step, as the ball is shot, is the lowering of the center of gravity. From this position, the goalkeeper then takes a step in the direction of his dive, pointing his toe in the direction of his dive. And from after that step, propelling yourself across your body to make the save for the low ball. Catching position, now when the goalkeeper is diving to save a low ball, the same W is used. In fact, the position of the hands do not change, except one hand is behind and the other hand is on top. And pressure is put on the top hand, so the goalkeeper is using the ground as a third hand. 1, 2, and pressure against the ground equals 3. And then the ball can be brought in. Any variation from this or this, will result in a ball easily being kicked out of the goalkeeper's hands. But with this, the ball is safe and secure. In practicing diving for the saving of low balls, remember, lower your center of gravity, step in the direction of the dive, and the first ball will be served to your right, so take that step, and then go across your body to make the save with the hands in the proper catching position. Ready? Lower your center of gravity, play. Again, please, same side, play. Good. Try to always keep the ball in front of your body in the goal. Do not show the ball to the goal. That's it. Face me. Hip. Other side. Hip. Okay. Now, here's an important clue. Do not try to dive from the center to get to the post. Footwork is required to get you across the goal to be in position to dive. The goalkeeper's dive did not fail him. His lack of footwork failed him. Steps go. Ha! Good. Don't turn around like that. Start again. Don't turn around completely to show the ball to the goal. Keep your body and give it back to me correctly. Ready? Play. That's it. It's a bitch. Come on. Play. Yes. Footwork is there that time. Play. Good. Play. Good. Play. Good. One more. Play. Decent. With proper bowling technique, the goalkeeper can serve the ball off the toss back and practice his crossover steps and diving low to save a low ball. It's the proper bowling technique. Don't bounce the ball. Good for, go for it. Yeah. One more. From there. Pipe, pipe. Good. One more. When diving to save a ball off the ground at various heights, a completely different kind of footwork is necessary. The goalkeeper no longer lowers his center of gravity because that's for a low ball. But the goalkeeper has to explode into the air to catch a high ball, and this is the footwork that is required. First, a step in the direction of the dive. And then second, the big muscles of the opposite leg lift the body over the obstacle, which is the ball, lifting the body to get the power of the dive. It's step and lift. Goalkeeper. Step and lift both sides, you know? How? Yeah, just over the ball. Okay. Keep your balance. Okay. Goalkeeper, replace the ball, be a pony. Protect your hands and your head. Step and lift. Good. Good. Again, please. Good. Second pony, please, Tommy. Concentrate on the ball, which is on the field. It's the feet that get the hands to the ball. Look at the ball on the field. And good. Good. Ola. See this ball? Okay. What I want you to do is step in the direction of the ball, and then with the big muscle of the opposite leg, go and save this ball. Take the ball out of my hands. Just take it out of my hands. I'm going to release it and use the ball to break your fall. Practice. Practice. Ready? Hup! Good. Try not to make a big noise with your feet, because that'll scare people. Okay, ready? Hup! Good. Again, I'll make it higher. Ready? Hop! Good. Okay, we're gonna, that was the rehearsal. Great. Okay?
Yeah.
This next step, with proper footwork, will enable the goalkeeper to propel himself through the air and use the ball to break the fall. Remember to take a step in the direction of the dive and then to use the big muscle of the opposite leg to fly, for the power to fly through the air. Ready? Hop! Hop! Good. We'll go to the other side. Face the other way, please. Look over your left shoulder. Ready? Hop! Good. Don't turn over completely. Show the ball. Hop! Good. One more. Hop! Good. Thank you. And now the goalkeeper has no problem with the toss-back machine to serve the ball back to him, to use the proper footwork to dive left or right to save a ball that is of varying heights across the goal. Good. Pick it up, Tom. Good. Good. Perfect. We can see that when the ball is on the ground, it's the goalkeeper's low hand. In this case, when he's moving to his right hand, which should be used to deflect the ball around the bar. On your knees, please. As the ball is higher and higher, and now stand, okay, the situation changes a little bit. But so long as the ball is below shoulder height, it still is the low hand, which is longer and reaches further than the high hand. Show us. So for balls at this height, the goalkeeper will deflect still with the right hand. Okay. Excellent, Rich. I'm going to make you stretch now. One more. Oh, that was the, forget that one. Wrong hand. Good. Height in the upper corner of the goal, and impossible for the goalkeeper to catch and hold. He must use his upper hand to deflect the ball either over the crossbar or around the post. Look how it's the upper hand. If the goalkeeper parallels his body and takes a power step, take a step with your, yes, and now power step, it's that upper hand, the hand which should have been furthest away from the ball, which now becomes closer to the ball. And this is the hand that can correctly put the ball around the post or over the bar. Super. Come on, Tom. Up a 90. Yes. Leave that one out. Come on. Hop, hop. Yes. Footwork now. Footwork. Come on. Ha, ha. Decent. Last one. Ready? Footwork. Ha, ha. For deflecting a ball over the head, over the crossbar, it's best to start the goalkeeper training from a kneeling position. It's important to note that when the ball is over this shoulder, it's the opposite hand that is used to put the ball over the bar. When the ball is over this shoulder, the opposite hand is put the ball over the bar. The goalkeeper needs to put all his upper body energy into this to make the ball go over the bar from a kneeling position, because for now he doesn't have the benefit of the strength of his legs and of his foot power. Okay, we'll start over the ball, please. Decent. Good. Other side. Good. Okay. The crossbar is not your friend. If the ball hits the crossbar and comes back onto the field of play, it very often results in a goal. The goalkeeper must clear the crossbar. Good. Decent. Other side. Good. Clear the ball. One more. Stop. Away from the goal, the goalkeeper can play. the better it is for his team. But the goalkeeper can only play as far out as his ability to go backwards to the crossbar. When a ball is played above the goalkeeper's head, he must quickly identify which hand he's going to play the ball with and establish his footwork. When playing the ball with this hand, going back in this fashion to touch the ball over the crossbar. When playing the ball with the opposite hand, using footwork to go back in this fashion to play the ball over the crossbar. In this exercise, the goalkeeper will demonstrate his footwork and his hand-playing skill to put the ball over the bar. Good footwork. Nice fast feet. Good. One more. There you go. Decent. Fine. Often in a game, a ball is shot at the goal 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. The goalkeeper must catch that ball out in front of him with the proper catching technique and absorb the shock of the ball as he brings it towards him. Try to catch the ball well out in front with the proper catching positions of the hands. Wherever the ball is, the goalkeeper should make sure that the elbows and the arms do not block his vision of the ball. He must see the ball, keep his eyes on the ball 100% of the way. See the ball the entire way and do not let the arms block the vision. While catching the ball above the waist requires the fingers to be pointing up and out, catching balls below the waist requires the fingers to be pointing down. The ball should be caught when it is below the waist, again, first with the hands and then bringing the ball into the body. The first touch is with the hands and there are two sounds. 1, 2. The second sound being the ball hitting the body. The training for the catching of balls above the head, we start with the goalkeeper in a sitting position. In this way, he's used to stretching to catch the ball above his head and can learn one of the real secrets of dealing with air balls. That is, upon catching that air ball, hold it in the air for 1 second before bringing it down. Hold it in the air 1 second and bring it down straight. And the exercise we do to train this, if you open the legs just a bit, I will bounce the ball here, come straight up, catch and hold it in the air for 1 second, and then bring it down straight and give it back to me. Hold it and straight down. Yes. Concentrate even holding it in the air longer than 1 second. Good. Body control. Good. Good. And last one. Now please stand. The reason we hold the ball in the air for 1 second is this. Many goalkeeper coaches have incorrectly presented this material. They teach the goalkeeper to go up in the air to catch the ball and then to bring it down immediately. But in traffic and under pressure of an opponent or even a teammate, when the ball is brought down quickly, the goalkeeper can lose it on the head of the person closest to him. But when the goalkeeper is trained to keep the ball in the air for that 1 second, both players jump. The goalkeeper holds the ball in the air 1 second. Both players come down. The goalkeeper turns, brings the ball down, and can distribute. When the referee sees the goalkeeper with possession of the ball in the air and hands on the ball, both hands, and the goalkeeper then gets knocked, the referee will always call in favor of the goalkeeper. But when the goalkeeper is struggling to maintain possession of the ball because he's brought it in too soon, then the referee is not sure whether the goalkeeper has lost it on his own accord or whether the ball has been knocked out of the goalkeeper's hands. So that's an important teaching clue for every goalkeeper. When we talk about footwork, it's generally agreed that the goalkeeper's proper footwork is a sidestepping action, gently brushing the grass without crossing the legs. But this sidestepping action does not get the goalkeeper quickly across the goal. So something else must be done for the goalkeeper to get from the center of the goal to the far post, or even from post to post. And that is diving and flying. Diving for low balls, diving for high balls. But before we can learn how to dive, we have to learn how to land. And in learning that, the tossback machine provides us with an excellent opportunity. At first, there is a need to get the goalkeeper's footwork down pat. Ready? Come to me. Left. Come to me. Right. Come to me. Right. Left. Come to me. Left. Right. Good. Once the goalkeeper has gotten speed and balance and good coordination with his feet, we can now use the ball. Ready? Come to me. Play. The ball will tell him what to do. Come to me. Play. Yes. Come to me. Play. Yeah. There's no better tool than the tossback for the goalkeeper to train himself in this skill as well as many other skills of goalkeeping that we have learned today. Good footwork. Nice fast feet. Good. One more. There you go. In this drill, the serving goalkeeper is standing in front of the catching goalkeeper to serve as a screen. This drill has much significance in those situations where there are many players in front of the goal and a shot comes through the screen. The goalkeeper needs to react quickly, and this drill will help him in that reaction speed. Okay, you got all underhand catching. Mix it up. Get some high ones too. Good play. That's good. That's it. Try to get.
Hey, hold up. Let me get another angle.
Screen him a bit more now. That's it. Good hands. In this exercise, two goalkeepers work together. The serving goalkeeper, after serving the ball, provides pressure to the goalkeeper who has to catch the ball in the crowd with the goalkeeper shoulder charging him. It works very good to simulate situations such as corner kicks and cross balls with large numbers of players in front of the goal. Good. That's it. Make a decision there. Maybe you put the ball over the bar. Yeah. Good. Good. Okay, try to make some straight up so he doesn't always go back. There you go. Maybe serve from behind him a little bit. There you go. Good decision there. Another ball. Change sides with him. Good. Two hands, please. Good. Good. Excellent.
Change angles.
Change angles. Good. Okay. Stomach muscle strength is so important to every technique the goalkeeper must use. The tossback machine here assists the goalkeeper in developing those stomach muscles. Make sure when doing this exercise that the goalkeeper's elbows and knees are off the ground. Yeah. That's another way of doing it. Back, the goalkeeper works on shoulder and arm strength, as well as developing a nice one-hand soft catching touch with the ball. Serve it higher now. Higher so you have to reach. That's it. That's it. Higher catch. Well done. That's it. Super. Again, please. Decent. Catch each ball. This exercise puts it all together. The coach serves the ball off the toss back. The goalkeeper, with one hand on the post, uses all of his skills to get across the goal and save. It's a combination of footwork, diving skills, catching, and deflecting, anything to make the save. Great save. Good. Hustle for the ball. Good. Hustle for your ball. Stop. In modern soccer, it's no secret that the more the goalkeeper can do for the team, the better off the team will be. This requires a goalkeeper to play off his line as far as possible. But the distance that a goalkeeper can play off his line is directly related to his footwork and his ability to beat the ball back to the crossbar. The tossback machine is an excellent tool for improving a goalkeeper's skill in this regard. That's the one. Get closer to the machine. Beat it to the bar. Yes. Yes. Okay, get a full hand on another step. That's what happens. The goalkeeper dives too soon. Another step. Yes. Okay, turn the wrong way that time. Great. For the soccer goalkeeper, the hands and his catching skills are very, very important. For the soccer goalkeeper, the ball is money and the hands must be the bank. And we all know that the safest place for money is in the bank. But a goalkeeper must have perfect catching skills. And for starters, any ball above waist height has to be caught with the strong thumbs behind the ball in the so-called W catching position. If I may turn my back to the camera, the strong thumbs are behind the ball, the fingers form a W, and this is the position of the hands regardless of where the ball is, whether it's here, there, 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 and there. The goalkeeper should attempt to put his hands on the ball in the same fashion every time. So he needs very strong and quick, accurate catching skills. The tossback machine is an excellent way for the practicing of catching skills. Chest-high balls may be practiced in this fashion. It must be remembered that the only time the goalkeeper can catch the ball with the underhand catch is when he has the safety of his body behind the ball. If the ball is to the left or the right of the goalkeeper, it would be a very bad error for him to attempt to catch the ball in this fashion, because there is nothing behind the weak pinky fingers to help him make the save and the ball goes through. Instead, the hands, which are normally held in this fashion, go from here to here, and he catches an overhand, or moves his body to the side and gets his body behind the ball to catch in the underhand fashion. Ground balls, the goalkeeper should stand in a standing position and receive the ball where possible without going to one or two knees. Another good clue is to charge the ball just a little bit rather than wait for it to come to the goalkeeper on the line. So on this ball, the goalkeeper comes forward, establishes position, picks up the ball with two hands and both feet together, making sure there's no space between the legs for which the ball could go through, bring the ball up and ready to start the attack. When the ball is on the ground to either side of the goalkeeper, it would be very foolish for the goalkeeper with his sidestep action to try to position himself in front of the ball to pick it up. Rather, the footwork that's involved, and by the way, it's the feet that get the hands to the ball, and every goalkeeper coach knows the importance of footwork and how hard footwork has to be trained and practiced for. It's the feet that gets the hand to the ball. So in this position, ready for a ground ball, and it's hit to the side, and the goalkeeper does not yet have to dive, sidestep action, and bend the trail leg. Make a space between the knee and the heel of the foot that is not big enough for the ball. But the hands protect this space, and the goalkeeper receives the ball and is ready to serve. An important clue in this technique is never to put the knee on the ground. When a goalkeeper puts his knee on the ground, he's frozen in this position and cannot react to a deflected ball that may change direction. But with the knee off the ground, ready to catch, it is possible for him to turn in either way to deal with a ball that changes its direction. So a ground ball, sidestep action, down, pick up, and ready to play. When moving to the goalkeeper's other side, the opposite knee is the one that is bent. The trail knee is always the one that is bent, and it never goes down and touches the ground. Picked up, and tossback has many uses for the training of goalkeeper skills. Here, with our three goalkeepers in a team concept, we train the fundamental catching techniques: catching of waist-high balls, chest-high balls, ground balls, and balls above the head. High balls now. Okay? Play. Good. One more round, please. Now remember, with balls that are at chest height, catch the ball out in front of you with the hands in the proper W catching position. Cushion the impact of the ball, bring it in softly. the same skills for receiving a soccer ball that apply to a field player apply to the goalkeeper. Cushion the ball and bring it in softly. Sorry. Try a little higher on the machine. There you go. The toss back will now serve balls above the goalkeeper's head. The goalkeeper has to time his jump and catch the ball at the highest possible point for him. Being absolutely sure that the hands are in the W catching position because there is no part of the body that can protect the ball against the ball going through. So the hands have to be 100% safe in this skill. Timing. That's the one. That's the one. Timing, please. 2 hands to the ball. Ground balls, it's very important that the goalkeeper does not wait for the ball, but actually steps forward to the ball to receive it, making sure that his legs are relatively close together upon catching the ball so that there's no chance that the ball can go between his hands, through his hands, and between his legs. Serve low on the machine, but hit the net. Lower on the machine. There you go. Lower yet. There you go. So it doesn't bounce up. That's the one. That's the one. Good. Good. Put your body behind the ball. Yes, Tommy. Yeah. So cheeseburger and a milkshake. That's fairly well.
The other kids here?
Yeah. Ground balls across the goal. While an easy skill to most goalkeepers, the technique must be perfect. Quick shuffle steps across the goal, and the trail leg is the leg that bends so that the goalkeeper can pick up the ball and start the attack without losing his balance. It's important that the knee, the bending knee, does not touch the ground because that freezes the goalkeeper into that position and would enable him, would prevent him from turning his direction quickly to play a deflected ball. Will not be able to get the goalkeeper across the goal in all situations. And the goalkeeper, in order to save and hold the ball, may put himself or may be put into a situation where he cannot run across the goal, but will have to dive in order to make the save. Good. Good. One more round of this. I'm not trying to make you look bad. So in these instances, footwork is not enough, and the goalkeeper will need to dive. Stop, please. and stop. Good. Okay, next goalkeeper, of course. Good. All right, try not to slam. Play. Stop. Boop. That's good. He has a nice concentrated look on his face, and that he's not like in a, you know, that he's actually. Finishing up the unit on diving, the goalkeeper serves the ball to himself off the tossback, and with footwork gets himself across the goal so he's able to be in a position to reach the ball with a diving save. It's a combination of good footwork and diving technique that allows the goalkeeper to make the save. Good footwork, yes. Yes, but dive. Good. Good. Good deflection, good decision whether to catch a box. A ball that was unable to be caught, he deflected around the bar there as well. Good. Must be able to hit the machine. Super. Good. One more round, please. Yes, well up there. Yes. Yes, and stop. Good. Ready? Pipe! Come on. Pipe! There you go. Come on. Hop. Almost. Hop. Come on. Yes. Yes, come on. Decent decision there. Yes. Yes. Good, hold on to it. Catch it well out in front of you. So absorb the shock. Good. Feet closer together. That's it. Good. Good. Last two. Make a good full turn, please. One more. Finish with success. Hey, full jump turn now. Make sure you turn over the shoulder I serve the ball. There's a go. Ball, please. If you get his feet, make a good turn. Go. That's it. Good. All righty? Up. Good. Good. On behalf of Tossback, these are just a few of the catching, diving, and footwork skills, as well as fitness material which pertain to the position of goalkeeper, soccer's most important position. I'd like to thank Tommy Mulroy for this opportunity to be a part of this outstanding